supported by Ms. Abdo, for approval of the minutes from our council meeting held Monday, July 25th at 7:30. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
There were no special meetings held on Monday, July 25th, 2022, and there are no petitioners on the agenda. Takes us to number 4, the chairperson's report.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. There were no special meetings tonight. Therefore, there's no report from the chair.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to accept your report.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Talley, for approval of the chairperson's report. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved. Thank you.
Number 5 is the mayor's report.
Thank you. Good evening, City Council, Madam Treasurer, Madam Clerk, Deputy Clerk, members of the listening audience, and those at home who've tuned in. Just a couple things before I get into the action items on my report tonight. I was asked by a couple residents about what they perceive to be a lack of discussion of some of our council members, and I just wanted to clarify, the same as I did with them. Lack of conversation here doesn't mean that we're not working in the same direction here. I get phone calls from city council members on all these agenda items, and they're reaching out to department heads as well. So I just want to make it clear that everybody's doing work here and they understand what the issues are before we come to this council meeting. So I appreciate council doing the work, reaching out to department heads, knowing the facts, working out issues before we come here. So just want to make sure I shared it with you and I let the listening audience know what goes on at these meetings and how appreciative I am of our city council for reaching out, like I said, using the resources you have to find out the information on these issues before you vote on them. So I want to clarify that one. Also, I wanted to talk about a great event we had again this weekend, our annual Bike with a Cop event. I think this is the 4th one they did. What a great event. What a good opportunity for the kids to come out and see our police officers, interact with them, see our police officers in a friendly atmosphere, and riding bikes and having fun with the kids. So I think it's a great event, and hopefully they keep working to build it. We get better participation every year. So great event, and thank you to everybody who had anything to do with planning that event or participating in that event. On to my first action item for tonight, intergovernmental agreement with Wayne County. I would ask that council concur with the administration and adopt the attached resolution authorizing the mayor and clerk to enter into the intergovernmental agreement with Wayne County for the 2022 Justice Assistant Grant Fund Program awarded to the city of Romulus and accept monies from Wayne County in the amount of $15,382.38.
Mr. Chair, I'll make that motion for the intergovernmental agreement with Wayne County, the 2022 Justice Assistant Grant.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Mr. Wadsworth, for intergovernmental agreement with Wayne County 2022 Justice Assistance Grant. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. The next item I have is membership and dues for the Alliance of the Downriver Watershed. I would ask council to concur with the administration and adopt a resolution authorizing the city of Romulus to maintain membership and pay annual dues to the Huron River Watershed Council, HRWC, until such time as the city no longer wishes to participate or is able to budget for this expenditure in the general fund.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to maintain membership and pay annual dues to the Huron River Watershed Council.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Roscoe, for membership and dues for the Alliances of Downriver Watersheds, appointments of new Legislature Huron River Watershed Council. Any discussion?
Yeah, through the chair.
Yes, Mr. Talley.
I have a couple, Kathy, can you help me with a couple of things with this, just so that I'm clear? It looks like Wayne County has turned this over to the fiduciary Huron River Watershed Council, correct? So my question is, I guess, how does it work? Because now that we have a fiduciary in place, we pay them fees, right, for managing?
The fees to the fiduciary fees are actually paid through the AEW.
Uh-huh.
This invoice is for our dues in the AEW.
So did we have to pay, so when Wayne County was handling it, was there fees associated with that, them handling it?
Well, yeah, our dues would go to Wayne County.
Okay, so that doesn't change. The cost for the cost from when Wayne County was handling and this new fiduciary is the same?
Yeah.
Okay, no change. So $18,018.47 is the amount we pay for our annual dues. I mean, well, quarterly it looks like.
The invoice on their total yearly is $36,000.
Okay, but nothing's changed, everything is still the same. Okay, thank you.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
Yes,
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. And I just, again, I want to thank council too. I know we've thrown a lot of work at you at the last council meetings for the last 8 months, and I really appreciate everybody working together and to get things done to move our city forward. So thank you very much, and that will conclude my report.
Thank you, Mayor.
Number 6 is the clerk's report. I have 4 action items, beginning with 6A, for second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 22/23-1 in the amount of $3,000. This is to recognize grant revenue and expenditures for Public Library Services grant approved by the Library Board on June 20th, 2022. This budget amendment was introduced at the July 25th, 2022 regular council meeting.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Wadsworth?
I will move for the second reading and final adoption of the budget amendment 22/23-1.
Support.
Been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Abdo, for second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 22/23-1. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
yes,
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. 6B, for second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 22/23-3 in the amount of $1,700. This is to purchase event and room software approved by the Library Board on June 20th, 2022. This budget amendment was introduced at the July 25th, 2022 regular council meeting.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, Ms.
I'll make the
Abdo.
motion for second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 22/23-3 in the amount of $1,700 to purchase event and room software. Library.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Roscoe. Second reading, final adoption of Budget Amendment 22/23-3. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
yes,
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Agenda item 6C, for second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 22/23-4 in the amount of $10,030 to utilize unused grant funds from fiscal year 21-22 budget approved by the Library Board on July 18th, 2022. This budget amendment was introduced at the July 25th, 2022 regular council meeting.
Mr. Chair, I'll make the motion for second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 22/23-4 in the amount of $10,030 to utilize unused grant funds from the 21-22 budget.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Mr. Wadsworth, for second reading and final adoption of a Budget Amendment 22/23-4. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
yes,
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
And the last action item, 6D, for second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 22/23-5 in the amount of $1,828 to utilize donation funds from fiscal year 21-22 budget approved by the Library Board on July 18th, 2022. This budget amendment was introduced at the July 25th, 2022 regular council meeting.
Mr. Chair, I'll make
Yes.
that motion for second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 22/23-5 to utilize donations funds in the amount of $1,828 for the budget approved by the Library Board.
support,
Been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Tally, for second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 22/23-5. Discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
yes,
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, Council. I have a few quick announcements with regards to the election tomorrow. First, for residents watching, if you haven't turned in your absentee ballots, you have until 8 p.m. tomorrow to get your ballots in order for them to be counted. We have 2 drop boxes available, one in front of our senior center and one in the parking lot here at City Hall. Also, the polls open at 7 and close at 8 p.m. Those attending the polls on tomorrow, remember to bring your photo ID. And lastly, with regards to the entrances to the polling locations, for those voting and polling locations at Barth and Hale Creek, the entrances will be through the front doors of the building. With regards to Romulus Elementary and the middle school, there's some major construction going on at their main entrances. So at Romulus Elementary, voters will enter through the gym doors on the side. Everything is clearly marked for those voters, but we ask that everybody please be careful because there's still a lot of construction debris and tools and things that are out there. Also, for the middle school, voters will enter the building through the rear doors behind the building there because you cannot get through the front entrance there at the building. And again, there's signage there to direct the voters to the entrances to the polling location. And with that, that concludes the clerk's report.
Oh, thank you, Madam Clerk.
All right, takes us to number 7, the treasurer's report.
Good evening, council, mayor, clerk, deputy clerk, listening audience, chief of staff. I do not have anything under my report this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Treasurer.
All right, number 8 is public comment, and this is the portion of the agenda for those who are in the audience and who would like to address City Council. The rules to address City Council can be found on the back of the meeting agenda. If you would like to address City Council, please raise your hand. And after being acknowledged by the chairperson, approach the podium and state your name. Please note, members of the public who submitted a public comment card will be called upon first. You will have 3 minutes to speak, and any additional time will be upon the consent of the chairperson. As a reminder, members of the public viewing tonight's meeting via the city's broadcast channel or YouTube Live can submit their public comments to publiccomment@romulusgov.com before the end of the public comment period. And, Mr. Chair, we do not have any written requests to speak.
Okay. Any comments from the audience? No comments from the audience, Madam Clerk? We'll close that part out.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Number 9 is unfinished business.
John,
Yes, Mr. Wadsworth.
if I could, to the mayor, where is the Veterans Monument stand right now? What's happening with it, and is there a date that started or anything?
The Monument Committee they met a few weeks ago. I'm not sure the exact date, but they voted in favor of the location at the birdhouse and redoing that as the Veterans Memorial Park. And I know right now we have engineering and we're working towards soliciting bids right now. So it was staked out. We have another meeting scheduled with OHM. Thursday we're meeting with OHM on final concept plans and we're moving forward, but we'll have that out for everybody to see and share as much detail as we can.
Okay, fine. Probably should have been right here at City Hall still, but it is what it is. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any more unfinished business from council? Number 10 is new business. Number 11, communication.
Through the chair, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, Ms. Roscoe?
I have just one item tonight. Councilwoman Williams always announces the Forgotten Harvest every week, and she wants everyone to know that tomorrow, August 2nd, Tuesday, there will be no Forgotten Harvest at the high school, but it will resume next week on Tuesday on August 9th as usual. Thank you.
Ms. Talley?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Couple of things, well, several things. Just to kind of piggyback on the mayor regarding the bike ride this past weekend, it was phenomenal. It was held in Fernandez Park. Just a great time, music, fun. Everybody that worked on the committee, great job. The goal is to move it around our city. I think a few years ago it was in Historical Park. Now it was in the Fernandez Park, and now they're going to look to do it on the south side next year. So that was very exciting to hear moving it around our city. As we know, we have these our 4 quadrants, and we just want to try to stay as united as possible. So I want to thank PAC, the police and community together, working together to bring off that event. It was just a wonderful time and a wonderful event. So thank you to everybody who was involved with that. And then everybody that took advantage of the vacation Bible schools that was offered last week at our churches. We had one at First Baptist a few weeks ago, then Romulus Community Baptist Church this past week, and then Presence Church on Ecorse Road. So anybody that participated in that, thank you for your participation and taking advantage of these very needed events in our city. We have a craft and vendor show coming up on Saturday, August 13th from 11 to 4, hosted by Flowers in the Mitten, between downtown Romulus on Garter Road between Olive and Romaine. All proceeds go to the team Brandon of Romulus for suicide prevention. That's a great cause. 70 vendor booths, food, so Flowers in the Mint, that'll be next weekend, so save up your dollars, get your ducats together, and go support our vendor show hosted by Flowers in the Mitten. Is coming. Romulus Eagles All-Class Reunion Weekend. That's exciting time. They did it last year for the first time. This will be the second year. They're going to have a banquet on Friday, September 30th on 2022 from 5 to 11, $45 per person. Get your tickets. Checks made payable for the banquet to RHS Reunion, P.O. Box 271, Wayne, Michigan, 48184. Please add your class year. For more information, you can contact 469-401-6052. And again, this is for the banquet on Friday night, but then they actually have the actual all-class reunion on Saturday. This is going to be a weekend event. And it will be down in the historical park from 11 to 8. And then Sunday, it looks like they're going to have an event as well, but that will be determined. So mark your calendar for our all-class reunion, the Romulus Eagles, from September 30th through October 2nd. So mark your calendar for that. And then also, just I said last week, Blue Sky is having their event this week. Festival for Friends, the Help for the Women and Children's Shelter, August 5th, 6th, and 7th. Multiple events going on starting on Friday. This Friday, 5:30 to the end, a cornhole tournament. You can contact Blue Sky is located at 15155 South Huron River Drive in Romulus. I don't see any information for a contact number, but so Blue Sky, everybody pretty much know where Blue Sky is. They have an event on Friday, the cornhole, Saturday from 10 to 8, Jurassic Park Day, with a lot of events going on that day. And then Sunday from 12 to 7, Charity Classic Car Show. So a fun-filled event for this whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So please mark your calendar for those events at Blue Sky. And just ongoing, our Sunday brunch at the Upscale Warehouse, and they ask you do jazz on Fridays and Saturdays. So keep our Upscale Warehouse on your calendar, 6492 Wayne Road. Very nice venue. And then we have bike night every Friday at the Artesian every Friday through the summer. So keep that on your calendars as well. Couple of new things also, our Romulus Annual Pumpkin Festival is coming up September 16th, 17th, and 18th. And so mark your calendars for that. On Unity Day, we are having a Romulus Got Talent talent show. There will be, you can submit video submissions by Wednesday, August 31st. I will have more information next week on where that needs to be submitted. But if you got some talent, you want to be a part of this talent show, please keep that on your calendar. And we will have more information on where to submit your video submissions next week. So keep that in mind, our Pumpkin Fest weekend. And then Romulus Got Talent on that Sunday. We need you to audition for that. And I think that's all I have. So I just want to keep everybody, Relay for Life the following weekend. September 24th, 25th, they need teams and they need sponsorships. So keep Relay for Life the following weekend after the Pumpkin Fest. Keep that on your calendar. And then I just ask for our residents to stay connected, stay engaged, and stay informed. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Ms. Abdo, you had something?
Yes, I just wanted to remind people that Thursday is the grand reopening of the library, And I know some of you may know it had been closed for a while for major reconstruction. They want to show all the good stuff. It's 11 o'clock at the library.
Thank you. I just have one thing. The Lions, they held their first practice today. That's all.
Oh, jeez.
Many more to come.
Is there any more communication? If not, adjournment in the time
So
of
moved.
7:55.
Support.
Been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Roscoe for adjournment. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. We are adjourned.